What is going on? Come back home this afternoon, like I said. Been over to the sawmill to have a word with the owner, and he just went into a bit of another rant saying that's your land up there, and it looks like he's called the police on us. So the police are still here at the moment. They've parked their cars up over there, and the black one is a solicitor that we've had to call. So I'm just going to go back indoors because they're in the house at the moment. And yeah, the basic story is, it turns out that there's some sort of weird goings on about when the dual carriageway was built. The guy from the sawmill has always wanted this house, and he'd apparently bought this house, and it was all something to do with the council as well. And it looks like that land just behind, or the last bit of the fence of the sawmill, between the grass bit between there and the dual carriageway, is actually ours, and we were supposed to have a house built there. The council have been keeping quiet because they didn't have to pay out I think it was about £300,000 to the relatives that I took the farm over from, because they passed away. And I think it all tallies up with the contracting job, but they think they were being a bit clever, because we've phoned them and said that they only owe us 100 now, because they've paid us £200,000 to do the grass. And I said, well, no, that's a completely separate job, that's nothing to do with this whatsoever. So it's just being sorted out now about what's happening with this house and whatever else, and they'll have to find me other accommodation by the look of it, or sort out a house. So hopefully we'll get this sorted in a minute and we'll be back to it. So they're all gone now, and it turns out we've done nothing wrong, and basically the council were trying to cover up and keep hold of £300,000 which was not theirs. So it turns out this bit of land here actually belongs to us, and we're supposed to have a house built on it, something to do with all the agreement of when that dual carriageway was built, and we were supposed to have a house built there. That never happened because the relatives passed away. They thought they'd keep quiet about it, so they've been given, the actual deadline is for the end of next week, so they've got a week to build us a new house there, and we've got to get out of there, because apparently why the sawmill bloke was so angry was he'd actually paid for that house that we're living in, so apparently it's not even our house. So that was the problem, but the council have now got a week to build us a house there. So we'll see how that goes. So we'll get over to the farm. I left the worker to deal with the builders and chase them up for me, because we had all that going on. So I think he's managed to get them in a bit earlier. So they came and started work this afternoon, and we gave them the money for all the gear they need to do that building. We have also got rid of the pallet forks that were here, because we didn't need that set, and just for an extra couple of £100 on top, we swapped it with the cage, because the builders are using the JCB now with that cage on there to do the outside of this building. And they're in here. I think the plan was now that they're just going to seal around the edge of the bottom and just spray seal all the walls in here and give that a good sorting out, and they're going to coat the whole of the outside in a very thick waterproof sealant stuff around the whole building to make that waterproof. Our worker said also the shop have dropped off a freebie. I think they're trying to get our custom, so they're being nice and kind to us, and they brought this air compressor up as a freebie. So they dropped that off here. So it's got a bleed running to it down the back wall there. So yeah, we can blow off any machines with that now. So dusty or what, dirty. So that's it. I suppose we'll be hearing from a building company shortly or something else about sorting that land out over there. They've got a week to do it in. So we'll just jump into the Massey Ferguson. And what we can do, we don't need to sort the animals out at the moment because it's the same day, near the end of the day. Do a few little jobs. Those trailers nearly full up, so we'll take this how it is down to the gardener centre, and hopefully they'll give us a bit more money for the manure to make compost. Might have to sort this bit of ground out here, it's a bit slippy. If we can. So we'll take this down to the garden centre and see how much we can get. See how much they're going to pay us for this load of manure. Still just about open. So we better just go and find someone first, and then we'll get that tipped and see how much we get for it. So we've just tipped in there and we've got £750 for that, which isn't too bad. So we'll get off back home now, put this trailer back. So we've got some room to improve a few bits there. We've got the option to buy the JCB outright. So we'll have a think about that. We could look at getting some seed and fertiliser in, because I've been having a look over this stuff that's in here, and from what I can make out, only 2 of the pallets are any good, or maybe only 1 of seed. Then there might only be 1 pallet of fertiliser that's any good. The rest of it is, I think it's quite old stuff, and it's been sitting there a while, and it's all gone rock solid. It's all gone off. We're going to have to dispose of it all. So we're going to need to get some more bags in. We'll just pop the pallet forks on. They're all busy doing the inside of the building at the moment. So let's do a bit on the outside. Close them forks right up, try and get these pallets. So we've been pretty busy now. We've sorted all this stuff out here. We've taken all the fertiliser down to the garden centre. They thought they might be able to use it. They took it, and all the seed's gone to old seed that's gone off, has gone to a recycling place. So they've carted all that down there on the pallets in the JCB. And the only 2 we've saved is 1 pallet of seed and 1 pallet of fertiliser, which we'll have to use first next time we need it. So we've had quite a busy day. I think the guys want their crate back now, so we'll just go and drop these pallet forks off. We'll still get around it just about. I think they've just about finished the inside. They've got the outside to do, and they've noticed some of their sheeting wants some repairs as well, so they'll do that with the stuff that they've got. Apparently there's some old bits of sheet around the back which they can just cover over some bits. So we'll just stick that back on there for them, and they can be left to do what they want with that. So I'll just let them know they can have that back. We had earlier given the council our bank account details, and we just had a message to say that the £300,000 have been paid into the bank. We have spoke to the guy who runs the contract side. He said because of obviously all the situation at the moment, they may only want 1 grass cut this year, but they will want 2 next year. Hopefully it's going back to, everything will be going back to normal. So we've got to just hang on with that for the moment. And they said that we can't use this for anything else. It was solely for that job. It's just contracted to that job, so we can't use that for anything at the moment until we finish the job and sell this machinery. So with that money I'll pay off our debts, and we should be left with around about 190 odd thousand, but that probably won't last long here. So they're just doing around the back now. They're just repairing a bit of the top of the building. So time is getting on a bit here now. About 5-6 o'clock in the evening. The guys have finished this building, so that's all done now. We're not expecting any rain, so hopefully we're going to dry out nice and hard, all that stuff they sprayed on it. They finished with the JCB, so we'll just put this away for tonight. We'll find a place for that cage tomorrow probably. So we'll just leave that in here for now. Turn off the lights. Make sure that's all secure. So our worker's still here, so we're just going to see them off. And we are going to go home for today. We are allowed to stay in that house now until this new one's built. And oh my god. They got hit then. Looks like the police have moved down there. And make sure nothing's coming. They are not mucking around. They are not mucking around. I don't think they want to get sued, because that could be a hell of a lot more money if they don't meet their deadline. So they are starting to sort out that ground to build a house. So let's see if it's up in a week. I don't want to go over there, but it looks like they are not mucking around. They made quite a start there just this afternoon. So we'll see what's there when we do our vlog for next week. So thanks ever so much for watching, everybody. And we'll catch you next time. So cheers, and we'll see you later. Thanks.